Good evening and welcome to City of Destiny, a part of the Untold Stories Project. I am, as always, your host and game master, Aaron. This is our actual play of the Emerald City Knights adventure series for Mutants and Masterminds, the world's greatest superhero RPG, from Green Ronin Publishing. Mutants and Masterminds is a D20-based system which allows players and GMs to create stories featuring all of the greatest heroes of their imagination, using a robust system that has enough crunch to be satisfying, but does not require a degree in advanced math or a bucket of D6 to figure out if you hit or not. One of the beautiful things about Mutants and Masterminds is the inclusion of hero points. These allow the heroes to re-roll a die, take an extra action, recover from a dangerous condition, or use a power stunt to use their abilities in creative ways. Heroes each start with one of these hero points and can gain additional points for good role-playing, funny jokes, clever decisions, for me using their complications against them, and finally by your generosity. That's right, if you subscribe, renew a subscription, or donate bits to our stream, you will generate a hero point that can be given to the player or GM of your choice. We are a small but growing streaming network, and these follows and subscriptions and likes and subscribes, if you're catching the replay on YouTube, help keep us visible and growing and paying our bills. Now, speaking of our players, let's meet them, shall we? Say hello, heroes.
Hello,
heroes.
Hello, heroes. I was on mute.
Heroes, let's go ahead and have you introduce yourselves. Tell us your name, who you're playing, something interesting about them, and answer our question of the week, which is, since we are just coming off of the holiday, what would your character have dressed up as for Halloween? And we will start with Alex.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alex, and tonight I will be playing the role of Ethan, aka Crucible, who is the unpaid intern of magnetism, as opposed to Magneto, who is the master of magnetism. He's a college kid at Mallory College whose new special ability is the ability to control ferrous metals, which is great. As for the question of the day, Ethan was trying to go as Bowman, but Bowman took his bow back and beat him up. So, failing that, Ethan would probably go as the Iron Giant to make use of his artistic abilities from before his superpowers crept into his life.
Nice.
And I'll pass things over to Wiki.
Hi, I'm Wiki. I play Professor Cephalopod, who is a giant Pacific octopus in a mech suit. An interesting thing about him is that he's actually a vegetarian, but that's not working out so well.
Wait, the interesting thing wasn't that he was a giant Pacific octopus in a mecha suit?
Well, I mean, like, that's the interesting thing I say every week. So I thought I'd change it up a little bit. To answer the question, I have literally no idea what a giant Pacific octopus could dress up as.
It's a really easy Cthulhu costume.
Star the Conqueror.
I was thinking Krang.
Oh.
Yeah.
From Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah?
But it would have to be something that one of his teammates told him about, because there's absolutely no way he knows what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are.
Fair.
Now, if he, in a previous life, he would definitely have dressed up as something super embarrassing, like dad costume. You know, like something that nerdy dads think are cool, and their kids are like, "Oh no, God, please stop." I don't know what that is.
I thought you
Something
meant
involving the periodic table of elements, I bet.
I thought you meant like jean shorts and New Balance sneakers, like a dad costume.
I mean, that's kind of like what he would wear in the summer, right?
Oh God, I hate you guys so much.
either New Balance or Birkenstocks with socks.
Okay, I've taken up enough time. We will pass to Brandon.
I resemble that remark. Shut up, Brandon.
Well, my name is Brandon. I play Portal, otherwise known as Peter Washington. He has the ability to create portals for people to go through, hence the name. Interesting fact about him, he decided to turn to bank robbing because he was homeless, because his parents kicked them out of his house when he was 14. And given his background and how much Raven has helped him out, I think it's a pretty clear choice that he would go as Raven for Halloween.
Now, would he go as the current Raven, or would he go as her father, the original Raven?
I think it would depend on which party he's going to.
Fair.
And I will throw it to Aunt Puppy.
Hi, I'm Aunt Puppy. I play Keone, also known as Cynthia or Cindy O'Hara. An interesting fact about her is that she is trying to figure out her lineage, and she thought doing an art history degree would help her get into some restricted areas. And fun fact, it doesn't. So to answer the question of the day, I feel like she would be that like ultra hipster snob about Halloween. So I feel like she wouldn't actually she would go to a party like ironically is what she would do. And I feel like the most effort she would put in is she'd wear like cat ears or like, you know, something like that, like something that she went to the Halloween store like 5 minutes before she got to the party and that's what they had left. Like, I feel like that's what she would wear.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, right? Like, I feel like that's her.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass it over to Howard.
Hey, I'm Howard. I play Bulwark, also known as Marshall Carstairs. He's had his powers. I'm not sure how much time has passed, but a few days now. You know, he and Ethan are still learning. And he's discovered that while he is incredibly tough, he is not invulnerable and indestructible because he got punted across the parking lot last week. One thing about Marshall is he retired as a mechanical engineer and he spent almost 20 years working for NASA, which has not come up. Yeah. But for himself, he would not dress up for Halloween, but he did tell his granddaughter he would take her to a Halloween event at the art gallery. And she made him a costume, which was a 30-inch wooden frame stained with a piece of canvas in it that was painted as a library and a hole for him to stick his torso through. It's got straps so it'll on his shoulders so it'll hold on by itself. But he is the portrait of Dorian Gray.
Excellent.
I'm writing that down so I can have that costume in 30 years.
All right.
So pass it back to Aaron.
All right. So when last we saw our heroes, the team finally got to have their meeting with Max Mars, where they explained just about everything that they knew about the Silver Storm and the involvement of redshift energies. Mars agreed to give them access to redshift energies records and then pitched the offer to sponsor the team. Our heroes said they would consider it, and by way of incentive, he took them out to the parking lot to show them the van and grab bikes that he would offer the team if they accepted his offer. While they were there were 4 supervillains who just appeared out of nowhere to try and abduct Mars. The team fought them off, and 3 of them, Tempest, Cyber Knight, and Gargantua, teleported away while the team beat up and subdued Cannon. Our team then spoke to Police Chief Marcus Tolliver about trying to trace the security camera footage of the truck that, as it followed, over to where it exploded. He said he would be happy to get started, requesting those records and all of that, but the city does not have a citywide closed circuit camera system, and well, a lot of the cameras were damaged if they were down near Yellow Brick Road. Our heroes then went back to the Octopad to discuss Mars's offer. Portal took a phone call from Raven to get her thoughts on it, and ultimately they decided to accept based on nothing else the fact that if he's going to do it anyway, better us than some other rando stormers. Oh, also, Ethan got called away in the middle of the discussion with Mars, and we'll have to pick up with that and figure out what's going to happen. We left off with the heroes calling Mars, telling him that they would accept his offer, but they still didn't have an answer for what our team would be called. And we're going to start off there with a survey, as you, our audience, gets to vote on our team name. Sadly, the Octo Squad is not among our final options, but here we go. Alex, if you can go ahead and get that poll dropped.
Poll is live.
Our options are the Emerald Alliance, the Stormbreakers, the Emerald City Sentinels, the Emerald Guardians, and the Anomaly Watch.
Do we get to vote?
Sure. I mean, if you're logged into Twitch, go ahead. So we're going to keep that poll open for about 10 minutes, and then we will have a team. So let's go ahead, and while we wait for that poll to close, before we get back to the team, let's jump over to Ethan, who got pulled away.
Hi, everybody.
And there was much speculation about what could possibly be important enough that Ethan was called away. It turned out that Tommy had sent him a text saying, "Oh, did you forget that we have a midterm today?"
Nope, I sure didn't.
Stole from me.
But not a midterm that was related to his major, but actually a midterm for art.
It was the midterm for my heart.
Something he actually cares about.
Exactly. So Ethan, I'm assuming that you are going to make your way back to campus in time for that.
Yes, I will fly away on my new fancy flying disc.
Okay.
And go take my test.
All right.
Important science question. Do you want me to roll an expertise art check to see how I do?
Yes.
Yes.
Do it.
I don't know if the GM wants it, but the rest of us do.
Yep.
I mean, I feel at this point it would be unfair to deny us that option. So yeah, give me a.
Can we spend our hero point to hurt his roll?
No.
Ah! All right, I'm gonna roll it. Here we go.
All right.
I got a 12.
Oh
That's a 2 on the dice.
That is a 2 on the
no!
die.
See,
So not great.
Who needs color composition when you work in metals anyways?
I should have studied for this.
Gentlemen, see.
Yeah, so Ethan sits down at the exam and just completely bombs, forgets everything that he's ever learned about art because he's been so busy the last couple of days.
you know that really feels very Ethan.
It does. It does.
D for diploma.
Shit, was my dad right?
Oh, that's so.
And suddenly a bad roll creates an existential crisis.
Ethan, so during you are obviously distracted. This is not just this is not being graded on a piece of art that you've done. This is actually a written exam about techniques and influences and historic previous artists and their the influence they've had and all of that. Raina is sitting next to you and just keeps looking over at you like, what's wrong?
Every time she looks at me, I have a different, exasperated look on my face.
Okay. So
Tell me you accidentally left part of your costume on.
Like one metal bracer.
Yeah.
I broke my wrist.
So when the class finishes, your phone is blowing up with text messages. Not literally blowing up, of course, but Raina catches you and she's just like, Ethan, are you all right? You seemed really distracted and bothered during that exam. I thought you were ready for this one.
You know, I really thought that Chopin was an artist and not a composer. That's on me.
Kind of
Also a writer.
puts her hand, the back of her hand to your head. Are you feeling okay? I mean, I meant to ask because I knew you were coming home, well, coming back to campus on Saturday when all that. Were you anywhere near downtown during when that that silver storm, that explosion happened?
Yeah, actually, I was in a bus crash. I didn't hit my head or anything, but maybe it just freaked me out, and I wasn't ready to take a test.
Should if you want, I'll go with you and we can go talk to Professor Blaming and see if he'd be willing to let you retake this. I'm sure if you explained that you were downtown, that he'd be willing to give you an extension.
Yeah, maybe. Or do you think maybe let me do extra credit or something? I feel like I do a lot better with art when I'm making art than telling people about it.
Yeah, I get that. All right, well, he's got office hours this afternoon. Do you want to go get lunch and we can then go talk to him afterwards?
Ethan's surprise noise goes off in his head. Do you want to go get lunch? Yeah, sure. What do you like? I like eating food.
I mean, I was just thinking we could go to the cafeteria, but yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, your phone is buzzing insistently in your pocket.
Ethan is not going to look at it.
Fair enough. All right. So, how much time do we have left on our poll?
It's counting down. It doesn't give me an exact number, but
okay.
There's a little purple bar that's like 25% of the way through.
We've been at the same thing for most of that conversation.
Okay.
We've been at the same 12 votes for probably the last 5 minutes.
The overwhelming lead right now is Stormbreakers. All right. So back over to where the team is still all at the Octopad. I believe it was Portal who had actually made the call to Max Mars.
No, I think it was me.
Had it.
Oh, was it Bulwark? Okay.
Because when he asked us about the team name, I was like, we'll get back to you on that. And that's where we faded to black.
Right.
Yeah, because it was Portal and Bulwark went elsewhere to make the phone call. Oh, we're responding to chat.
Yeah, we are responding just to chat. So what do we want to do from there, Portal and Bulwark?
I assume we're going back to talk to the rest of the team once we're done with our call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Back and we should probably work on that name. And so yeah, I will portal us back to the
Octolab.
cephalopod.
It is the cephalopod.
Okay.
Cephalopod.
Was Keone still there, or had she already headed out?
Don't remember.
I
think
think she
I'm still
left.
there. But I think I was leaving.
Oh yeah, because she kept asking where the door. How do I leave? Where's the
Yeah,
door?
how do I get out of here?
And she
I
got
said,
out and she had no
"The
idea where she
door?"
was.
Yeah.
Or
we
she
port-
portaled away with us, and then while we made the call, she just took off.
Yeah. I was like, how do I get out of here? Because,
Right.
like, where is everything?
Right.
So I was trying to leave.
Okay.
Don't know if it was successful, but I was attempting to leave.
And I was dad joking her to death.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Well, our poll has ended, and our team name is the Stormbreakers.
You know, Bulwark, I think I've got an idea for a name for us. You know, the storm kind of brought us all together, and you know, you and Ethan both got your powers, and I think Stormbreakers has got a nice ring to it. What do you think?
Works for me. As long as it doesn't have the word senior in it.
Well, let's present it to the others when we get back.
Okay. The others being Professor Cephalopod at this point.
Right, since Ethan is at class, and
Keone just left.
yeah, well, Keone, what is
I'm
Keone?
attempting to get to class.
Right, because she also has classes today.
I will
I'm
beat,
successful, but I'm attempting.
since we have our comms, I'm going to beat Keone. Like, we have an idea for a team name. Will Stormbreakers work for you?
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. I can look into seeing what kind of logos I can come up for that.
The storm never bothered you anyways?
It doesn't. I like it.
All right. Thanks. Good luck in class.
Righto.
Since she mentioned class and Ethan mentioned class, Peter, do you have class? Are we keeping you from class?
No.
No.
Okay.
I work for a nonprofit.
You're not in school?
No. Maybe, hopefully, once maybe I can earn a complete expungement.
Expungement?
Once I can get my records cleaned off, I might be able to qualify for student loans, but until then, affording it would be an impossibility.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, Professor Cephalopod?
No, that's what he's doing.
All right,
He's
because
at the top of the tank.
he's
He's
in the
alone.
tank.
He's alone now. So he's at the top of his tank, just
Flashing.
Well, should we head back in?
he's octo dancing.
When we see this, do we need to make a sand roll?
No, compared to some of the other things you've seen over the last few days,
No, but you
even
should,
as disturbing as that is.
you
I'm
should
so
probably make
mad.
a sushi roll.
That a tentacle, or are you just happy to see us?
What? Oh, welcome back. How'd it go?
Pretty good. We let him know that we accepted the offer. He wanted to know what our team name is. We didn't have one at the moment, but almost as if, you know, on cue, I got some inspiration. And what do you think of the name Stormbreakers?
Doesn't have the word octo in it, but
No,
I
it
guess
does
it's
not.
okay.
All right, Batman.
I guess it's okay.
All right.
Meanwhile, in his head, Portal's going like, kind of two sides measuring narcissist or megalomaniac? Narcissist or megalomaniac?
Why not both?
I like branding. Branding is important.
I think that's the key, though. It's the storm, and we're gonna stop everything that comes as a result of that.
Okay. You kids are more creative than I am anyway.
Seems unconvinced.
You're actually getting
Well-
getting the impression that Seth doesn't really care what we're called.
He said yes, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Should we try and get Peter?
You're Peter.
Oh yeah. Should we try and get Ethan?
I'll text Ethan and for that doesn't work, and then a few minutes later we can beep him on his comm.
Well, yeah. When I find out that he's not answering his phone, like you guys have been texting him, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll just go, give me a second.
Oh no.
So remember how your phone was going off over and over and over again?
Yeah. Where's your comment?
It's in my ear ball.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You hear a loud pitched squeal. Please respond if you are still alive. Please respond if you are still alive.
What?
So
Please respond.
as you are walking through the buffet line at the cafeteria and about to get your custom made taco bowl, there's this ear piercing sound.
It's like feedback when a microphone gets too close to a speaker.
Oh no. Like my brain?
Right in your brain.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan.
That sounds fake.
I will melt your brains.
But then just on repeat. Please respond if you are still alive. Please respond if you are still alive. And it's loud.
Raina cannot hear this. However, she is definitely looking at you because I'm sure you have some visible reaction. She's like, are you okay?
Ethan's face is not on mute. Yeah, I'm fine. You don't hear that?
Hear what?
I'll be right back. Here, take my meal card. I'll be right back, and I'll give her my cafeteria card.
That bus crash hurt him more than anybody thought.
Yeah, she watches you with a look of concern on her face as you duck away.
I need to go splash
She is
some water
now
on my face.
She is now convinced you have a concussion.
At the least.
I might have a concussion.
You might have a concussion.
And I'll run to the bathroom in the cafeteria and rip this thing out of my head.
Okay.
Respond
Notice
to what?
how he doesn't respond, though.
I'll pull out my phone
Bob,
now
if
that
you
it's
are
not
alive.
rude for me to check it.
Okay. So yeah, your phone is you can follow the thread of conversation to basically it outlines what Mars had pitched, that the team was inclined to accept. Tommy saying that he accepted on your behalf. And then most recently there is a text from Peter telling you the team name, and then hey, are you okay? You haven't been responding.
And also, that voice is still going on in your head.
No, he pulled the phone out of his ear.
Oh, okay. But it's still running through the comm. So
I'll text back. I'm fine. Can you make that noise stop?
He took a while to respond. Are we sure that that's not like some kind of trick? We sure that it's actually him that's sending this?
Do we have a way to know for sure?
Do you text that back?
No, I'm saying this. I'm saying this to the octopus that has control of your comms.
Do we have a way to check?
Can you hack into his phone's camera?
I can certainly attempt it. And I will
No, can
attempt it.
she?
Let's find out.
She can't. Today's video is sponsored, NordVPN.
Yeah,
kidding.
that sounds like a technology check.
Okie dokie, let's see how this goes. Where are you? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
What we got?
Oh, there we go. A 25.
Sounds promising.
Um.
That didn't sound promising.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say that you've probably got the ability to remote access into his phone. You know, guarded as it is only by the iPhone's built-in security. We've already established that Tommy has Find My iPhone on Ethan's phone, so I think it's fair to assume that Ethan has not exactly upgraded the security on his phone.
Nope.
So yeah, you open up the camera and yeah, he's standing in a cafeteria or in the bathroom of a school cafeteria.
So I don't have an iPhone, but iPhones have that video chat capability, right?
Oh yeah.
You now.
Okay. So on your phone suddenly pops, your video chat thing opens and there's a giant octopus face, just like, the eyeballs like looking at you.
I squeal in the bathroom. And I panic real quick and I use my powers to turn on the air dryer across the way.
We were just checking that it was actually you.
Yeah.
And then you'll hear the squealing noise stop. There's some movement from the octopus, so the squealing noise stops.
By the way, the voice doesn't come from the octopus, but from some like
behind
thing
yeah.
like you can't see.
Well, I finally have confirmation that you are the octopus and not the robot.
What? Was that in question?
I was wondering if you were the robot or the octopus, but now I know you're the octopus.
Okay. Will you be returning soon?
Returning where?
He's never been to the Octopod.
Is he? Should we send someone to pick you up soon?
No, I've got things going on. I've got to go talk to my professor about my exam I didn't do very well on this morning.
Take care of school and let us know when you're free and we'll get together then.
Yes. I suppose.
Is Bulwark there too?
Yes. Yeah, I'll turn the camera turns and you can see everybody who's in the.
We have a lair and nobody told me?
No, we will.
We will. This is Professor Cephalopod's lab.
Yes. Yes, I have a lair.
Where's Keone? Is she okay?
She had to go to class or something.
She did seem confused about the door.
Maybe we all have confessions.
And then the octopus face fills the screen again. Okay, well, keep us informed.
Yeah, let me know.
And then it just shuts off.
Did you tell me we had a team name? Oh no, that was in the chat. That was in the text.
That was in the chat.
It was in the chat.
I will forward that to Overwatch to forward to Riley. And then I will take the communicator out of my ear and put it in my pocket, and I will go back to what I was doing.
Go back to your cheating ways.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
I will duck my head out and make sure Keone is not in the cafeteria before I come out, though.
She's not.
Well, okay, and I might have been confused, but Ethan goes to Mallory College, right?
Yes.
Doesn't Keone go to Emerald City?
No,
Yeah.
Ethan wants to go to Mallory College.
No, Ethan
No.
does go to Mallory
Thinking of
College.
transferring, I thought.
No, Ethan does go to Mallory. He was considering transferring
ECU.
Okay.
to either ECU or Arcadia.
Oh,
Yes.
Arcadia is the art school. That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mallory's
I
a
thought
STEM
Mallory was
school
the
for
art
rich kids.
Yep. Keone, I think, actually attends either ECU or Arcadia. Probably ECU.
My granddaughter goes to ECU. She's considering transferring to Arcadia.
Right.
I don't think I ever established which college she went to.
But we did because you were at the ECU college library looking for.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep. So
Aaron, you got a little blurry.
I did. My kids are probably using the internet.
Somebody decided that he needed to be like a Star Wars vehicle, so they spread Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about it. As long as I'm still coming through, we're just going to have to deal with it, and hopefully it will clear up.
It makes you more mysterious.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a time blur fast forward for the next couple of days. I'm going to outline a few things that I know are going to happen, and you guys are welcome to tell me if there was anything specific that you would have wanted to make sure happens in the intervening time. So you guys let Mars know the team name. Mars, sends over legal documents that, insulate the team and guarantee your autonomy, and that, Mars, you're not spokespeople for Mars Tech, and that there is no implied or overt obligations to the team from the technology, or for the sponsorship. He provides you with the access codes to the top 5 floors of the Emerald Tower, which is going to be the new Mars Tech headquarters downtown. Their offices are going to be on the lower floors, but the top 5 floors would be yours exclusively. There is an express elevator that can take people up to the lobby level, but no higher. And then there are other elevators within the tower to take you between the 5 floors that are yours. I'm assuming that you guys have your own lawyers look over the documents to
Yeah,
Yep,
sure.
I have whoever Raven set me up with take a look at it.
Yep.
Ethan and Tommy look at it together and try to figure out if it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Looks good to me.
Yep.
That seems about right.
Do you put Riley in touch with the press people from Mars Tech, Alex?
Yeah.
Yep.
Begrudgingly.
So Riley is overjoyed and is, talking to, she calls you excitedly to tell you about the internship that Mars has set her up with, and that she's going to be the public liaison with the team and the press. And
Yep, that's great. I'm so happy for you.
your dad also sends you texts telling you about what she's doing, and that, hey, maybe this will give you an opportunity to get some work at Mars Tech when you graduate, and
You could spend more time with Riley. That'll be great. Develop a relationship.
yeah, develop a relationship with your stepmother.
Get closer.
I wish you quit calling her that, Dad.
So then I'm assuming you guys also, without giving the details of what the conflicts are, you provide your class schedules to Mars and to the team so that we can make sure that, not things are not scheduled around times that you have other obligations.
At least until Alex gets married again.
Howard, I know there was something that you wanted to do with Lisa before at some point.
I spoke to Professor Cephalopod. I wanted to bring my granddaughter to the Octo Lab and give her the access codes. Professor Cephalopod agreed because should something happen, I want her to be able to get somewhere where she'll be safe. And, if she needs to pass on information. So with Professor Cephalopod's permission, I'll bring her to the Octo Lab. And I will warn her that he's a giant octopus, and outside of the suit, be ready to.
He's a giant octopus.
He's a giant octopus. Very smart and seems to be a decent fellow.
Like you start to say person and then go octopus.
Yeah, but there's just something about seeing a giant octopus outside, sitting there at the tank looking at you with tentacles like hovering over right there. So I will try to prepare her.
Okay.
Will you also mention, oh, by the way, he's a family friend?
No, I will not.
So when you guys come in, the top part of his head is up above the top of the tank, just like the eye area. And then there are tentacles reaching out to different parts of tables. And he's clearly working on way too many projects at once. So that's what you see when you walk in. Oh, hello. Again,
And the voice
it's
doesn't
coming
come
from
from
over
the
here.
octopus. The voice comes from over there.
Grandpa, is that? I mean, I'm assuming there's not more than one octopus, but that's him.
That's Professor Cephalopod. Professor, this is my granddaughter Lisa.
Hello, young lady.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. And just for the record, I can hear.
Okay, but your voice is coming from because you don't have human vocal cords.
Correct. It's all controlled here, and one of his arms, the tip of one of his arms, points to the mark that's sort of in the middle of his eyes, and it's kind of it almost looks like a bruise. So it's kind of purplish blue, but it's clearly under that top layer of reddish orange. It's all controlled from here. I have 9 brains. It was very difficult to figure out how to get things to work properly.
You have 9 brains, Professor, or all octopi do?
All of us have 9 brains. It's more of a cluster of brains, but we've got one for each of these. And then, the main, it's like a server system up here.
Okay.
I also have 3 hearts.
Okay.
Do, do, do.
Oh,
So, okay.
but Lisa, while you're here, let me show you a couple things. The professor's been helping me. We're working for a treatment for my costume to make it a little more durable.
Okay.
So that
Oh yes, yes,
It
yes.
won't-
That's
it won't get burned or sliced off of me as quite as easily.
I think we've made some progress there if you want to.
And I've been working on a new walker that will split and collapse down into 2 fighting sticks.
That's great.
You can throw tennis balls at everybody.
I mean, that sounds like fun to me.
So,
Good.
I mean, I'm glad you're sharing this with me, but I mean, like, do you think I'm gonna need to know how to come here, or
No, but just in case, I need you to have somewhere safe to go.
okay?
Don't tell the
Same.
landlord, but it is reinforced. So
And for the same reason, I want you at some point to meet Portal and the others. But because if for whatever reason someone's chasing you or bothering you, Portal's probably your fastest way out or to somewhere safe.
Okay. I'm gonna say you certainly could have arranged to have this happen at a time that Portal, Keone, or Crucible were available.
Yep. If they're there, then they're there. Or
maybe
Portal's running
maybe
away.
they figure out the door and come walking in right at that moment.
You know what? I was teleported into a building I know nothing about. How the hell was I supposed to know what door wasn't going to open into an arc reactor or another something else? Freaking rude.
Crucible is also doing his level best to never go to that lab if he can avoid it.
Really?
Just nervous about it.
Huh. Okay.
You big baby.
That octopus already took a sample of my blood.
I mean, I did ask for consent. It's not like I held you down and
There's
Okay.
an image I don't need.
That would have been way scarier. It's an octopus with a syringe. Run!
Way scarier, but way funnier.
I'm still mad that the whole team missed his face hugger moment.
Yeah, you weren't even in this dimension when that happened.
No, I was. I was just on the other side of the battlefield. It was right before we went to the other dimension.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, then Peter, at some point, I will introduce you to my granddaughter.
I'm assuming that Peter is wearing his mask at this time.
I think it probably would depend on whether or not he has a heads up. I mean,
Yeah.
Peter's identity isn't necessarily secret.
Gotcha.
But I'm not going, but I will introduce you as Portal. I'm not going to introduce you as Peter. So, but yeah, no, that's what I wanted to get done. But
Okay.
after freaking my granddaughter out just a little bit.
Yep. Alex, is there anything else that Ethan would have wanted to get done other than avoid the octopad?
Nothing major. Ethan will text Keone and see if she wants to go out on patrol at any point in the ensuing time period, just to go do the superhero thing and see what she thinks about this team up with Mars.
Okay.
To
Keone?
pick her brain for how she thinks the conversation went down since he wasn't there.
Did you text me or did you call me? Because if you called me, I'm not answering.
Text. I'm 22. I don't call anybody.
Yeah. What?
That's why I was like, did you call me or did you text me? So I guess I'll text back and just say, I don't trust anything that's going on, but the devil you know is better than the one you don't.
Yeah, I don't like Mars very much either. But if the rest of the group says that it's a good idea, I got your back.
Thanks, I guess.
Do you want to go punch bad guys?
Always.
Yeah, you missed my episode last time of punching.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
should I say stabbing?
Yeah. Yeah.
How
So
do you use my icicles?
you guys are able to go and do some patrols. The patrols are mostly uneventful. If there are new stormers, they're either laying low, figuring out their powers, or you do, you will take care of some, minor street level crime. Get seen by some police who seem to be generally receptive.
So what are we, like the friendly neighborhood?
Eye stabbers?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, it's been voted Stormbreakers.
Friendly
you
neighborhood
also,
Stormbreakers.
And it is at this point that Mars has started setting up meetings with local authorities, politicians, citizen groups, and the press, all for like interviews, press conferences, and photo shoot after photo shoot. Mars and his people organize the meeting and the press events, but for the most part, they step aside, and it is you guys and Riley, who turns out to be very good at her job, in terms of making sure that everyone you talk to, you're well informed about who you're meeting, who you're talking to, what their concerns are, what their interests are, and so forth.
Can I make an insight check to notice just how uncomfortable Crucible is around Riley?
You don't need one.
I will say there is one thing I wanted to do.
Sure.
Flirt with Bulwark's granddaughter.
In front of me?
And maybe Ethan's stepmom too.
I think you should actually flirt with his dad.
It's not off the table. I just haven't met his dad yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Does Ethan tell the team that Riley is his
Stepmother?
his father's wife?
He tells Keone.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Portal is definitely hitting on Ethan's stepmom then.
He told me, and I tease him mercilessly about it. So that's
Gotcha.
kind of
And Overwatch, of course, can't keep a secret.
So, yeah.
Okay. So
we're entrusting him with our communications, and he can't.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
No.
well,
Dope choicing on our part.
he can keep a secret if it's important, but he is a gossip, and
So I see just a little, little panel at the bottom of one page where Professor Cephalopod's looking at Bulwark going, she's his stepmother? They're the same age.
I'm older.
I think she's actually younger.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Yes. Apparently
I
that is.
suppose I should give kudos to his father, but there's a little bit of a creep factor there too.
Little bit?
There's definitely. I don't want that man anywhere near my daughter.
Steph has blue screen.
Well, we as far as the team's concerned, you have no children. You're an octopus.
Yes, but should it arise that they come into contact, I will kill him.
I will stand between the two of them. Let him try to get past me.
Peter, you will find, especially if you are flirting with Riley while you are in costume, she is happy to flirt, but also makes it very clear that she is a married woman, and
That is fine with me.
Ethan has a strangely protective feeling about that, and he doesn't know what that means.
Fair. Okay.
How about Bulwark's granddaughter?
Bulwark's granddaughter kind of doesn't seem to know how to react.
Probably still like, what the shit is happening right now?
You know,
At least it's not the octopus.
well, there's that.
Your choices were him or a tree.
But yeah, so the next couple of days, like I said, they're just a whirlwind of activity around your respective schedules. Pretty much everyone who you meet with does seem interested in working with you. There's clearly some hesitation from the public officials and from the various community groups, but it's mostly based on the fact that Emerald City hasn't ever had superheroes who really stuck around for long. The most notable superhero presence, public superhero presence, was that Overdrive was there for a couple of years, but that was a few years ago, and then he moved on.
That jerk.
Hi, Kevin. We love you. One of the citizen groups, actually, I'm going to say it's one of the LGBT right groups, actually suggests to you that a great opportunity for the team and to really make a splash would be for the mayor to give you the key to the city.
Have we done anything to earn that yet?
We did stop the Captain Emo, and
I was gonna say the work you did during the Silver Storm could certainly be spun that way.
We stopped the Freedom League from going insane.
Stop the Freedom League. Wait,
We did?
I think the Freedom League stopped me.
yeah, no, we made them stop and reconsider.
Yeah, but that wasn't terribly public.
No.
I still wake up with cold sweat seeing Resonant's face in my eyes, in my mind's eye.
Uh-oh.
So if it's something that you are interested in doing, then that's something that could certainly happen.
I'm down for it if they think we can get away with it, but
The mayor seems willing.
Portal will, as soon as the opportunity presents itself, come out.
Okay. That is entirely doable. That's something that you will get an interview in, the neighborhood paper. They don't reveal your secret identity. I know it's kind of quasi secret, but
Yeah.
there is a whole interview where they will happily talk to you about that, and how has that affected you? How has that shaped your life?
And he would talk about his parents, and then kicking him out and the hard time he had. Talk about as he was growing up, Johnny Quick.
mm-hmm.
Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket was always a hero of his, and then just kind of probably
Okay.
not go too big into specifics on Raven and her role in his life, but he'll be pretty open about everything up to being kicked out and and homeless.
Okay. yes, so that gets run in the papers.
I would think that might make national not entertainment news, but national news for the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely. You're also that is definitely you are the subject of quite a few angry angry rants on KSKY's The Night Watchman. Colin Hoke is a
You know, you
Shock,
say
shock.
that glitter bomb came through a portal, but do you have any proof?
Don't antagonize the right-wing people, please.
So I'm going to drop Colin Hoke into your journals. You hadn't met him
Well,
yet.
and I'm sure, you know, if anybody asks Portal about it, it'd be like, who?
Yeah.
Who?
But yes, you do gain
Like a podcast or something.
you do get a certain degree of notoriety. There is a note appears for you. It appears mysteriously and is passed on to you by Mars from a gatekeeper in San Diego. Just solidarity as another out LGBT hero. So yes, you absolutely get some notice for that. You're invited to host an event at Oz, which is an a gay nightclub down on Yellow Brick Road.
That I have been that I'm sure Peter has been to many, many times before now.
Almost certainly. So yeah. So we get, like I said, it's a busy couple of days, takes you through the week. Bulwark, you and Lisa and Seth are able to construct the costume in this time. And
I'll try Formula number one of the
Yep.
Increase the durability.
Yep. And then on Friday afternoon, there's it's been almost a week since the Silver Storm. Actually, no, they would go ahead and do it on Saturday, on the 1 week anniversary, kind of to show that the storm is not going to break the city. And Mayor Amanda Talbot, meets with you guys on the steps of City Hall to give you the key to the city. And she has a very inspiring speech about how, the events of the Silver Storm have definitely reshaped Emerald City, but we are strong and we are resilient. And we've faced challenges in our history. This is no different. And we have our own hometown heroes now to help protect the city from those tasks which are outside the realm of the police. This hits with some resonance because Mayor Talbot used to be the police chief before retiring to run for mayor. And then, of course, afterwards, there are lots and lots of, press taking pictures, and there are throngs of people who are there to get autographs and take pictures with the assembled heroes. There are little kids wearing octopus hats who are overjoyed at the bizarreness of Professor Cephalopod. Whole lot of teenage boys who seem very, very interested in getting their picture with Keone.
Something
But
else
standing
Ethan
beside-
feels strangely protective over.
But standing beside,
He's not sure what that means.
I feel like he knows what that means.
But yeah, so there's a whole lot of, signing
Is-
pictures and taking selfies.
They ask us questions.
They do, but
Our thoughts on things, what do we feel about X or
not yet. These are the right now. There's some general, hey, what are your abilities? The assumption seems to be that all of you were people affected by the Silver Storm. But unless you tell them otherwise, then they're just going to run with that assumption.
I'm definitely going to let them run with that assumption.
Mhm.
Ditto.
Aaron, Ethan is going to be trying to feel and make sure there isn't anybody in the crowd who has nanites in their bodies.
Give me a perception check.
Just because
Roll
I'm
better
waiting
than a
for the other shoe to drop and for somebody to come and just wreck us.
You're waiting for the other foot to punt us?
Yes. 22 on my perception check.
22. So now that it has been several days, and the fact that the nanites are, even within you and Bulwark, the nanites have gone dormant, it's a lot harder for you to get a read, certainly at a distance. There is some background level of awareness that makes you think that there probably are people in the crowd who have nanites in their blood. That doesn't necessarily mean that they even know it. But nothing is jumping out at you. You are, however, aware of the fact that standing off to the side, waiting for the media circus to die down, there are a man and a woman dressed in very crisp black suits, who are carrying, who are carrying handguns that have it seems like a magnetic core as their firing engine. They don't appear to be menacing. They seem to be standing over with the mayor and, like I said, waiting for the media circus to die down. So as the crowd starts to disperse, Mayor Talbot walks over to you, flanked by this man and this woman. The man is in his 50s. He's a white male. The woman appears to be in her early 30s. She appears to be Korean. And the mayor says, Stormbreakers, this is Agent Mackenzie and Wynn from Aegis, and they wanted to speak with you. They have an office inside City Hall, so perhaps we could all move inside and have a chat.
Always happy to
Let's
help
go.
Aegis.
Oh, Keone is suspicious.
It must be a day that ends in Y.
Yep. She's suspicious and
I think
Hoping
if
to
Cindy's
snowball.
parents showed up, Keone would still be suspicious.
Probably. And with the team going into City Hall to meet with Agents Mackenzie and Wynn, let's go ahead and take our break.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we are going to take 5 to refill
Right.
our drinks and take care of some offline business, and we will be back in a few.